Coached Tyronn Lue as an assistant for Jeff Van Gundy in Houston, and then coached with Lue when Ty was an up-and-coming assistant with the Boston Celtics.
You look and you try to figure out why are the Knicks so different, and two things: they defend every single night and they compete at an extremely high level.
He was really good as a player here in LA with the Lakers and even with New Orleans, but he's taken it to a new level as a member of the Knicks. Jackson wide open in transition. You don't see that often from the Knicks, not getting to the shooter down the court. And it's 8-0 LA. Reggie Jackson to the basket. It is 10-0 Clippers, less than 3 minutes into the game. This is Bullock for 3. It's good. And finally the Knicks with the basket.
So Steve Clifford, Tom Thibodeau, the guys that he poured into. You're talking about a brilliant basketball mind.
Kawhi doing an excellent job again on Randle. Tough shot falling away, though. It's good. The first basket for Julius Randle. Knicks within 2. Shot clock down to 5, nearing 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Rose a little trouble with the handle, now collects and puts it in, getting the bounce. One of the big reasons they acquired Rondo from the Hawks. He's played really well. Now in his 15th game as a member of the Clippers. Rose again from mid-range. Ties the game at 15.
The biggest jump that the Knicks made, acquiring Derrick Rose. Another guy that's not afraid of the bright lights as Kawhi Leonard knocks down the shot.
Played for Tibbs everywhere. Barrett really shot it well this year. 40%. That was a much improved player as the Knicks had their first lead. Leonard going to work again. It's been to watch Rose the last 3-4 years. Empty possession, so the Knicks in transition. Barrett, great hustle to get down court. Good find. Rose working around the Gibson screen. Little floater goes, and Derrick Rose with 8 points in 4 minutes on 4 of 4 shooting. Knicks with a foul to give. 15-second difference in the clocks. Batum same spot, same result for Nick Batum. Cousins like Rondo, a recent acquisition, playing his 13th game as a member of the Clippers. Rondo going to keep it here, get to the basket against Ntilikina and score with 0.3 of a second to go. Rondo shaken up. Obi topping the rookie on the floor, and he connects on a 3. The 23-year-old Dayton product. George has it stripped. Good defensive play, and Bullock with a run out. Paul George just so smooth, so fluid with that jump shot.
You can do that. That's good defense, just better offense.
It's 5 points for George, who averaged about 28 points per game. Clippers go to Toronto on Tuesday, their final 4 games of the regular season are on the road. The Knicks will be here Tuesday to face the Lakers, then go home for the final 3 games as Paul George strikes again from the perimeter. That was a 2 for George. He's got 7 points. And again, the Knicks come right back. Watching New York in person, I don't know how many times, Mark, you've had a chance to watch the Knicks in person this year, but just night and day from previous years in terms of their fight. 3-point lead for the Clippers, 8 minutes on the clock in the second quarter. The bench for the Knicks, big reason why they're even in this game. They've got 20 of their 38 points as Morris gets to the basket and scores.
And set the standard. And he said, these numbers blow you away. And that was a guy that mastered the triple-double. He said, these numbers absolutely blow you away.
But the Clippers get back on defense. Randle has just not had a lot of room. He's 1 for 6 from the floor. He's got Zubats on him here. Tries to go by him, does, and puts it in with the reverse layup. Randle got the rebound and got it out to Rose. Another bucket in transition. Derrick Rose is 7 of 8 from the floor, and it's a 3-point opportunity. Beverly will try it. Not there. Batum with the board. Leonard mid-range. Sweet. Rose with the blow-by and the pull-up. It's good again. Derrick Rose is 8 of 9 from the floor. 17 points. 2 of 8 from the floor. 4 points. One of the most least productive first halves in terms of scoring. He does have 7 rebounds. Rose attacking. Boy, Derrick Rose can't be stopped here today in LA. He's 9 for 10. Timer's at 6. Randall penetrates. Barrett in the corner. Good on the 3. Here's Randall putting it on the deck and gets that one to spin home. His 3rd field goal and 6th point. Here's Barrett. Good pass underneath. Basket and one. Noel with a 3-point opportunity. 4 minutes gone by here in the 3rd. 3-point lead for the Knicks. Great look by Paul George to Zubac for another jam.
But, I mean, both guys deserve it, but they're both centers.
3-pointer from Barrett. He hit a corner 3 at the end of the 2nd quarter. And 13 points for Barrett. He averages about 18 per game on the year. Leonard's 3 is good. He's able to answer after a stretch where he couldn't make anything. Well, the other thing, too, with LeBron James is you got to consider, and this is true for Harden and some, a lot of players, the number of games missed as Barrett hits into the paint, scores to get the Knicks a 4-point lead. Clock down to 6 for the Clippers. Here's Morris with 2, has to put it up. Foul line. Jay goes down for Marcus Morris, who's starting to catch fire here for the Clips. It was 9 of 10 in the first half on the floor, 19 points and 7 assists in 17 minutes off the bench. Randall going one-on-one, drives, finishes off the window beautifully. Lead by the Knicks, their largest of the game, inside a minute to go in the quarter. Randall lost the handle, gave it away. Now Rondo on the floor, waits for Batum. Here's DeMarcus Cousins with the easy deuce down the middle of the paint. Rondo's got it. 6-second difference in the clocks here at the end of the quarter. Going for a 2-for-1. Beverly got it on the triple. There was a little extracurricular activity after the whistle when we went to break at the end of the 3rd quarter between Julius Randle and Cousins as Paul George hits at 2, his first points of the 2nd half. Try to show you that when we can, but Knicks got into it with the Suns a little bit in their last game. Obi Toppin on the floor puts it in. He had a 3 when he came off the bench in the first half. Knicks in the 4th spot in the East, trying to move a step closer to get home court in the first round. Derrick Rose for 3. He's 10 for 12. With a big win the other night against the Lakers. They're a game up on LA to avoid the play-in tournament, and they own the tiebreaker. Here's Gibson. What a slam by Toppin. Great play out of the timeout. Knicks by 7. Kawhi Leonard on the bench right now. Julius Randle's going to check back in for the Knicks. Nice pass. Rondo to Cousins. Here's Bullock. Reggie Jackson right there, though, to meet him. Rose walks into a 3. Derrick Rose with 25 off the bench.
He can really fulfill a role for this Clipper team.
Looks healthy. Barrett calling for it, and that's why. Switches home a 3.
Guys separated themselves as far as athletic ability to have ever played the position.
The injuries obviously have changed Derrick Rose's game, but he's adapted. Kawhi Leonard gets the bounce. Leonard defending Randall. They double now with George. Shot clock at 4. Here's Barrett. And puts up an air ball, but Gibson is there to clean it up before the shot clock expires.
Gibson has played well. Timely plays, anchor defensively.
Kawhi's hit 2 in a row. That's a 3 ball. He's got 21 points now. Go to Randall again, just 4 of 15 from the floor. He's doing everything else, though. 13 rebounds, 5 assists. He swishes home that one from about 17 feet.
At the side and try to get it back to Randall. He wants that left hand.
Batum. Randall pulls up and scores. Julius Randle with a huge hit.
The Knicks going back to the same exact play. Clearing out Randall with his left hand.
Now it's George against Randall. It was Batum on the last possession. Fall away. Hit it again. Julius Randle.
It's an exciting time if you're a Knicks fan.
Leonard's 3 no good. Gibson with a rebound. And the Knicks are one step closer to home court in the first round. What a remarkable turn.
Draymond Green, he is a fantasy kind of filler. You know what I mean? He's what you want for fantasy. He's what you want for a teammate. He's what you want to build in an organization. He is, you know what I mean? He is that type of guy who will have a long, illustrious Hall of Fame career.
He also causes teams a lot of problems.
He
too. He's a
is
headache.
not.
He's a headache.
I repeat, the one thing he is not, and I will defend it, to the death of me.
Is what?
Is he is not
A point guard.
Oh, wow.
Is that a question?
Well, last week I was talking about
He
him.
said
What's a point guard?
Draymond Green was more of a point guard than Steph Curry.
You know, last week I was talking about how
Yes, he
many
was
assists.
drink- I think he was drinking.
How many
He
assists?
said
did he get?
the ball handling, the passing.
I was drinking.
I was like,
last
dude,
week. I was. I had some
He was
margaritas.
drinking.
oh yeah, he was
Home
drinking.
State. Thank you,
wrong.
Home
He's a
State,
point
for the margaritas.
Hey, don't get me
saying.
wrong. He's a
Yeah.
side. He dishes the rock. He can't dish the rock.
He's
Man.
a fantastic playmaker.
Playmaker. Absolutely. That's the
but
point.
sometimes I think point guards and playmakers get confused.
That's what I told him.
Like you could be a fantastic playmaker. That don't mean you're a point. Jokic is a fantastic playmaker, but he's not a point guard.
Sure.
I said Draymond Green was a great distributor, an exceptionally skilled passer and basketball
Especially for his-
player.
Yeah, especially for his
Basketball player.
Yep.
Playmaker is different.
Gotcha.
That's somebody who can get theirs and get stuff. Chris Paul, playmaker.
size. I mean, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
Playmaker.
Ish Smith is a playmaker.
Sure.
You dig what I'm saying?
People sleep on him.
But he's a playmaker.
He's a
You know what I mean?
right.
Like he
right,
he
dude.
knows how to make plays. Dennis Rodman is a playmaker.
He's a fantastic passer.
But he's a
Rodman?
playmaker.
Yeah, Rodman, for sure.
Right? So you got people who
Yeah,
can
yeah. LeBron James is a playmaker.
LeBron James
Absolutely.
is a playmaker.
Playmaker.
Finally,
He
at the-
finds
what
the
I mean?
open guy. He
Yeah.
finds the open guy. No doubt.
And it's not about just finding the open
you
guy.
can create
It's
an opening.
making the play.
Yeah, you can
Some
create it.
people can play in a system and get stats. Other people can make things happen. You know what I mean? If that shit breaks down.
Well, to
And
Draymond,
that's go ahead.
I wanted to say this.